afternoon. Welcome to IB News. Bitcoin, the new high-tech investment, has had a drastic movement in price. This is one of the main reasons why Bitcoin has been in the news so often last year. But what is Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is a digital cryptocurrency that is decentralized and operates using a peer-to-peer network. People who mined thousands of relatively worthless bitcoins as a hobby years ago are now new millionaires. When a user sends bitcoins to another user, the transaction needs to be confirmed as valid and added to the public ledger of transactions and ownership, the blockchain, using a series of complex computations. New bitcoins are rewarded to users who use their home computers or specialized hardware connected to the network to carry out these calculations. This time-intensive pursuit is known as Bitcoin mining.
Bitcoin is popular because it has no central authority or government-based backing. They are priced like any other currency. They fluctuate in value relative to other currencies. The Bitcoin market has undergone a series of dramatic booms and busts.
Critics believe that Bitcoin is a dangerous bubble which can explode every moment. However, technicians expect the real breakthrough to come this year when the first big companies and public discover the Bitcoin.
Next is Syria. The bloodshed and the violence seem to have no end, but the conflict is not only a disaster for the inhabitants. Currently, there are also major issues across the border in Lebanon, with which Syrian refugees have to cope. A humanitarian disaster threatens, according to the Minister on Development and Cooperation, Kim Smith. She visited several of those refugee camps and asked the population about the current situation.
Up till now, the number of fatalities in the conflict stands at 70,000, but the death toll in Syria's civil war is still rising. Millions of people seek a means of escape and flee to neighboring countries, such as Jordan, Lebanon and Turkey. The Syrian refugees are living in squalid conditions and are waiting for the day they can finally return to their homes.
This evening, after news of 8 p.m, there's a special TV program for Syria which focuses on the desperate need of help and is presented by Rogier and Veerle the farmer.
Moving on with sports. In the mixed double competition at Wimbledon, the farmer and woodman were the surprise of the day. The two underdogs turned out to be too strong for the current Olympic champions Spicht and Bach.
Over 250,000 people have signed a petition to revoke Justin Bieber's green card and deport him back to Canada. The teenage role model has come into disrepute after numerous accounts of alarming and illegal behavior. The petition states that Bieber is not only threatening the safety of American citizens, but also a terrible influence on the nation's youth. The chance that the White House will proceed to revoke the pop idol's green card is minute.
This was the news for now. We'll be back at 10. Good afternoon.
Hi, we're live. just after 5.
I'm Veerle and this is Roger and you're watching News for You. Today we're going to talk about Justin Bieber.
The pop idol in danger of having to leave the country.
Wimbledon.
Who's going to win the tournament of all?
But first, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a new sort of money. It's virtual money. It's like an online version of cash.
But how do you get these bitcoins? You can get bitcoins in 3 different ways. You can buy them using real money, people can pay you with bitcoins, or they can be created using a computer. It is virtual money, created by computers, but up to a point. Computers can be made to work out very difficult sums, math problems. The owner can get a bitcoin as a reward. Mining is when people set up a very powerful computer purely to get bitcoins. However, the flow of bitcoins is not endless. The sums get more and more difficult to prevent that too many bitcoins are made. It seems very weird that people pay with bitcoins instead of real money. They can't carry it in their wallet or keep it on a bank. But people are starting to accept bitcoins, and that is what makes them valuable. There are some shops and restaurants in New York and San Francisco where you can already pay with bitcoins. Bitcoins have already existed for a few years, but because of the economical crisis, people are afraid to lose money they have in the bank. When you have bitcoins, there is no bank who stores your money for you. Therefore, people have become very interested in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has gained more popularity.
What is it like to live in a war? What do you eat and how do you spend the day? That were the kinds of questions British children asked children from Syria. The war in Syria has already been going on for 2 years. Children of primary school The Dolphin in Cambridge are in touch with children who live in refugee camps in Lebanon. A distance of thousands of kilometers, but by using a tablet they are able to talk to each other.
For several years already, it is not pleasant to live in Syria. There is a lot of fighting between the advocates and opponents of President Assad. 7,000 people have already died because of the violence, and lots of Syrians have fled to neighboring countries, such as Jordan, Lebanon and Turkey. The people who fled often have big problems. The questions and the answers to these questions of the children from Cambridge can be watched tonight in a TV show in which money is raised for Syria. With the money, food, drinks, clothes and medicines can be bought for the Syrian refugees. The TV show can be watched this evening at 8:15 on BBC One.
And now, moving on to sports. In the mixed double competition at Wimbledon, Woodman and the Farmer were the surprise of the day. The 2 underdogs turned out to be too strong for the current Olympic champions Spicht and Buck. In the beginning, the Olympic champions seemed to be in the winning hand. But as the game went on, the Farmer and Woodman came back, and ultimately they succeeded in beating their opponents. After the match, we had a talk with the players, and these were their reactions.
We're so excited! We never expected to win the match against such experienced players. In the beginning, we had some trouble getting into the game, but from the second set on, we broke back, and especially at the ad court, we were stronger.
It's too bad we lost. It seemed quite okay, but we gave it away the rest of the game.
Next, Justin Bieber.
The superstar, jealous of my haircut.
In the United States of America, over 250,000 people have signed a petition to set Justin Bieber out of the country. The superstar, world famous for songs like Baby and Boyfriend, has recently not only reached the news with his new album, but also with several other incidents.
6 years ago, Justin Bieber was discovered by rapper Usher after posting videos on YouTube of himself singing famous songs made by others. This discovery became the start of his career. Justin has now produced several albums with mega hits like Mistletoe and Baby. He has earned millions of dollars and has even produced a movie about his own life. Unfortunately, Justin turned out not to be as sweet as he seemed. Several fans claim that he has spat on them, and his neighbors have repeatedly complained about the noise produced at Justin's house parties. Several weeks ago, the singer was arrested for joining a legal street race while having drunk too much alcohol. Now, many Americans are fed up with his behavior and think that the artist has become too dangerous to live in their country.
This was News for You. We will be back tomorrow.
Just as always, live after 5.